What is going on, and welcome to Chit Chat Gaming for the week of Friday, May the 26th. I'm Mike Ray, and joining me back is the one and only Brice Chapman. Brice, welcome back.
Thank you for having me again.
Yeah, it's always great to have you here, man. It's always fun, so I appreciate you coming in and talking some video games with me.
Oh, yeah.
So we got a lot going on today we want to talk about, but before we get into our main topic, which is going to be Nintendo's E3, we're going to talk a little about what we know and what we want to know, or what we want, more importantly, from the E3 presentation that will be taking place in June. But until then, let's go ahead, let's kick things off here. Let's go over a couple titles that's going to be releasing here tomorrow. A big week for video gaming.
Oh, yeah.
So right off the bat, let's just go ahead and let's bring up Ultra Street Fighter 2, the final challengers on the Switch. So what's your thoughts on that game coming out here?
You know, I'm excited for it, ready to get it once again in a nice portable mode. I haven't had that in ever.
Yes.
I mean, we had the one that was on the DS that I kind of remember, but just a quick memory of it. I'm interested to see Way of the Hadouken. I've heard good things, I've heard bad things. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, they released a remake of 2, or not remake, sorry, a port of 2 on the 3DS before too,
right,
for like $8, something like that. But you're right, though. It's the first time we're going to have it portable. And, again, I've heard a lot of mixed reviews about this, so I'm interested. I'm a huge fighting game fan. Street Fighter has always been a fun game for me. I plan on picking it up. I think $40, maybe a little steep.
And that's kind of where I'm at, and a lot of people are saying the same thing, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, because you got to think that the last time we saw a remake of the Street Fighter 2 was Super Street Fighter 2 HD Remix on the Xbox 360 and the PS3 back in 2008.
Right.
So this is pretty much they're saying, like, almost, it's not considered a port, but it's pretty much along the lines. Same thing with the new, Way of the Hadou feature in there, as well as a couple other things, like you can customize their color and stuff.
Right.
Of their suit
and
outfits.
And tournament mode's back in this. I think they took it out of one of them.
I'm not too sure of tournament mode. I know, like, online, obviously, you actually got an arcade.
Right.
1v1,
yeah,
as always, and you got 1v CPU, which Street Fighter 5 didn't even have. But I don't know about tournament mode. I'd look into that.
Yeah, I thought I've heard that. Might have been something else. I've been getting so much game information right now leading into E3.
Yeah, it's been crazy, but I'm definitely going to pick it up. I will let everybody know. Like I said, I don't want to do a review. I don't want to spend too much time on these topics. I just want to kind of go over what's coming out here on the horizon tomorrow. So I will have a full review of Street Fighter 2, Ultra Street Fighter 2, coming up probably next week here. We might even do some in-studio gameplay again. So moving on from Street Fighter, that comes out again tomorrow, $40. Will be available on the eShop, and there's a physical copy as well. So moving on to the next game I want to talk about, we are going to move into a game that's coming out for the PS4, the Xbox One, and the PC, and that is the Friday the 13th, the game. Brice, tell us a little bit what you know about that, or what you're...
I remember seeing a lot of it on Kickstarter. I saw it fail once, but it managed to get a relaunch from what I understand. And you can do it online, and you can either be Jason or the kids, if I'm not mistaken, right?
There's 7 camp counselors, which are teens, and then there's Jason.
Right. So, I mean, I'm interested to see reviews. I also remember playing the horrible NES version.
I still have it, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so hopefully it gets a lot of good reviews. Hopefully one of my friends picks it up. I know I'm tight right now on money putting a lot of stuff into my Switch right away, but I know I've got a lot of Friday the 13th fan friends, so I'm looking at playing it, and we'll see how it goes. Yeah,
because I know basically it's a matter of obviously it's a horror game. It reminds me of almost like Evolve. You got a monster. You got Jason Monster, and you're these 7 camp counselors. You have to either hide enough, to stay away from Jason, or you have to escape Camp Crystal Lake. Or I think there's 3 maps, I believe, in this game. But they did say that as of right now, it's pretty much just online only.
Right.
Multiplayer. They plan to bring out a single player.
And, as long as they follow through with that, I think it can be successful. I've seen a lot of games that just have the online feature fail miserably, slowly, quickly.
I think they'll be okay. I think they're going to live up to what they're talking about and, kind of what they said, what they're going to do in the Kickstarter campaign as well. But the game looks fun. Like I mentioned, you're Jason or the camp counselors, and you either got to survive. It's a survival horror game, but it looks like a lot of fun. I know the cutscenes are pretty horrific from what I've seen of Jason making his kills, but it looks like a lot of fun. I think it's going to be a fun game. I plan on picking it up. That one is going to be, I believe it's $40 as well on, of course, PS4, Xbox One, and Steam.
Yes.
So definitely looking forward to that. If you play it, let me know how it is in the comments, or let us know how it is on Facebook or Twitter, because I'm interested. It's on my target, but again, like you mentioned, there's so much going on that man, it's just hard to keep up. But it's definitely on my target of games to possibly pick up. The next game I want to talk about is a game that just recently I saw it first quite a while back here, but for me, it definitely strikes my interest, and that's a game that we are not going to get on the Switch until the summer. But PS4, Xbox One, and PC are going to be getting a game called Rime on Friday.
Oh, yeah. Reminds me a lot of Myst, a lot of walking around, solving the puzzles. Journey. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So I am pumped for it. I know we have to pay $10 more to get the physical copy, but they're already saying, hey, we're going to make it up to you guys for paying the extra money. They're giving us a digital download for the soundtrack, which everyone else is getting it for $30, and they have to pay the $10 if they want to pick up the soundtrack. So I'm okay with that. Yeah,
and the soundtrack reminds me a lot. I don't know if you played Ori and the Blind Forest.
I did.
Dude, that's like, that soundtrack is probably still my favorite.
Yeah.
Like, I love that soundtrack, and I picked it up on iTunes, and I love that. So this game reminds me a lot of that to a point of the soundtrack, I guess I should say.
Right, and I hope other companies, Nintendo and everyone, takes notice of, here's what we're going to do because you have to pay more for that physical copy.
Yeah. This is made by Tequila Works. Looks like a great game. Looks like it's an adventure puzzler game. It's a puzzle game. It looks like a lot of fun. I mean, to me, it looks just like Journey. I love Journey. That game was a lot of fun. But again, it's a puzzle game. So if you're not into the puzzle type games, I probably wouldn't recommend picking it up. If you're looking for a game like Zelda with the action, this is not it. It's more of it's like Zelda but strictly puzzle.
Right. So I mean, I know headed into E3, I'm hoping to see some things, and I'll mention it down here that are puzzle related.
All right. So again, that's Rime coming out here tomorrow as another game. It's going to be available PS4, Xbox One, and the PC. And again, like I mentioned, we said that it's coming out for the Switch. I read it today that it said that the summer of 2017.
Right.
So I'm going to wait for the handheld version because to me this looks like a game perfectly made for the Switch.
Something I can pick up 20, 30 minutes. If I get to a point where I'm getting frustrated, annoyed, I can put it down, walk away, and pick it up 20, 30 minutes later after that.
Right, that's the thing I thought too. I was like, do I really see myself sitting in front of my Xbox One, my PS4, playing this game? Yes and no. I mean, it looks great, but I see myself more playing this on the go or on the couch in the handheld mode.
Mm-hmm.
So again, I mean, very easily to me. That just kind of strikes my interest of it with being on the handheld. So I will wait for it. I think that one, like we mentioned, it's $30 on the download, right? And then the physical copy would be $40.
$40, right?
Because you get the soundtrack.
Yep.
So definitely look into that game. That is Rime once again. So those are 3 games. I know there's probably something else coming out. I don't know, but those are 3 games I kind of want to discuss here. I even brought the little Friday the 13th DVD here, just as a little prop. But yes, those are 3 games that will be coming out here. So moving on forward.